G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another episode of r/relationship advice. I hope you're having a good day, and with that said, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn to the barbie, and let's get right into it. Posted by user Lilia Dancer, titled, Am I the asshole for buying stuff for me instead of helping my family? I, 14 female, am a dancer. I am unfortunately unable to go to classes very often because of my family's financial needs. I am very grateful that I'm even able to participate in dance. When I had just turned 14, I began working at an ice cream shop to save money for equipment, a bar, Leo, and dance shoes like my teacher suggested, stretching equipment, and a gymnastics beam, and a few mats just for fun. I also did mini jobs on the side, like mowing lawns, babysitting, house chores for neighbors, etc. This took so much time and effort, but I was eventually finally able to afford all the stuff. I had told my parents in advance that I would be working to earn money for some equipment, and they had been okay with it. I ordered everything on Amazon excitedly. I had waited so long to click the place your order button. Everything was scheduled to come in a few weeks, and it finally got here today. I brought the packages inside when my dad came in and asked what everything was. I told him that I had bought dance equipment, and he looked angry. He asked if I had used their money, and I said no, and that I had been working for months. That was why I was out of the house a lot. He asked how much money this cost, and I said about $800. He looked livid and called my mum in. He said I had made over $800, and instead of helping them out, I had been selfish and bought things for myself. They then started screaming at me, saying how I should have helped them pay bills, or at least paid for my dance lessons if I was mature enough to start working and buy stuff behind their back, when I had told them multiple times over the last few months that I had gotten a job and that I was excited to get new dance equipment. I had even told them right after I placed the order. They told me to return everything and give them all of their money back. I told my friends at school. 4 of them agree with my parents and say that it wasn't okay for me to not help them out. 2 of them say that I worked hard and that I deserve to do what I want with my money. Relatives have called me and told me to just give them their money and that I was being a brat. And I even heard my mum telling someone that I was going through a rebellious teen stage and that I was a selfish thief. I don't understand what I did wrong, but I also do feel bad because I could have used my money to help us out. Am I the asshole? Honestly, OP, I feel like they're gaslighting you here. I feel like you're way too young to be expected to meaningfully contribute to the household budget and expenses. Obviously, different people, different upbringings, different experiences. But come on, that took you so long to raise $800. That is insane for them to attack you like this. You're still a child. They should let you be a child and continue to exist before the crushing reality of adulthood comes on top of you. Not force that crushing reality prematurely. Not the arsehole, OP. In the comments, Away Refuse says, Not the arsehole. Your parents suck. No 14-year-old should be paying bills. If your school friends call you selfish, ask them how many of their parents' bills that they are paying. April Flips says, I'm a 14-year-old who worked my butt off for months and months to do something for myself, and once I finally got enough money, my parents yell at me and say that I, as a 14-year-old, need to be a parent for my parents and pay bills for them and not be able to do anything for myself, even though I worked very hard and this is money that I earned. But oh well, too bad. My parents want to steal my hard-earned money. Not the asshole. OP replies, Oh, haha, I didn't think of it in that way. That kind of puts things into light. Lost on the Playground says, Not the asshole. If you were my child and independently chose to work this hard for something, I would be so freaking proud of you. Holy crap, I'm just a random lady on the internet, and I'm proud of you for being so focused and dedicated. Not many people your age have your level of drive. You're a superstar and absolutely not the asshole. I agree. Not at all the asshole. You're a star. Regrettably, your family are a bunch of small-minded, spiteful people who just don't deserve you. I don't know where you go from here, but I hope that you achieve your goals in the future. My thoughts are with you. You will succeed, and I hope that you get what you deserve. Good luck. And now, onto the update. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate all the support, love, comments, and messages that you gave me. I know it sounds cringy to say that, but they honestly really helped me a lot, and it felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Here are the answers to some questions that you asked. A lot of people asked if I could keep the stuff at a friend's house or my ballet teacher's house. I don't think I'll be able to ask my ballet teacher because my parents are saying that they're going to take me out, but I can see if I can go to a friend's house. Some people asked if I know how bad our financial status is. Our status is complicated. Like, we're in a good place to be able to buy good things, but my parents don't want to spend money on anything because they're afraid of going broke. They get money whenever and wherever they can, and a year ago, my dad asked a friend for a big loan because he said that we were homeless when we were pretty okay. Some people asked if there was somewhere else I can live. No. A few hours after I posted, I went online and saw all the comments, and I was really happy that it wasn't my fault, because if it was, I would have felt horrible. I do still feel a bit bad, but it's okay, I guess. I showed the comments to my parents, and they got even angrier. They said they were going to take me out of dance as a whole, which was very disappointing, but okay, because I remember there's a dance option as an elective for school. I just don't think I'm going to be able to transfer this late, and I won't be able to do it over the summer. They kept yelling at me for a while, but I won't include what they said. Sorry. All the above is okay with me. It's not that bad. But when I woke up this morning and saw that all of my stuff was gone, I almost cried. I ran to my parents' room and asked them where my stuff was, and they said they sold it. They pawned it all. I worked so hard for hours a day, every day of the week, every week of the month, and months of the year, and I waited patiently, and then I had to wait patiently for it all to arrive, and after what felt like years and years and years, it finally all came. I could finally see that my hard work paid off, when I could see it all right in front of me. I never even got to use any of it. My parents just sold it all. Just like that, all my money that I worked forever for gone into their pockets and not mine. I broke down in front of them but ran away to my room. I will update when something changes. And now onto update 2. Hi everyone, so I wanted to post this update because I won't be able to post again for a while, but I am able to say this. I told my parents that I was going to my friend's, fake name Cameron's, house, and I went to her house. I told Cameron's mum, and we went to the police. I'm getting help, and I'm learning that a lot of things my parents do are not normal or okay. And I'm so happy that I made that Am I the Arsehole post, because I never would have learned that. So thank you everyone for telling me. I might be staying at Cameron's house for a while. Thank you everyone. Lilia. In the comments, Minimal Perfection says, guess who will never see their child again after they hit 18? Hopefully the child won't have to see them again in the remaining years before turning 18. Poor kid. I'm just worried because from the way she wrote, it seemed that she is still so grateful to her parents, like she would still do her best to be in contact with them. She is coming out of the fog. It's a process if you were raised in that environment. Her whole life they have gaslit and programmed her brain that this is what normal looks like. That she should be grateful to have a roof over her head and food in her belly because she's actually a huge burden and they'd have been within their rights to abandon her to the wolves. How generous they've been to support her all of this time. It's going to take some time to reprogram that shit. The fact that she's staying somewhere else and has the police involved is huge. She knows she has allies now. She knows that the way that she's been treated is not right. That, plus the fact that she was able to be so responsible and committed to reaching her goals in the first place, says a lot about the OP. I think this kid is going places, despite having absolutely shit parents. If they had any sense, they should have been proud of her. What a couple of failures. You hit the nail on the head with this comment. It is a huge process. Folks who have never been in or known someone in that kind of abusive situation might be dismayed that she still feels grateful for what her parents have done for her, but those are feelings that children usually hold for their parents, good or bad. Eventually, it's up to the kid to realize and decide whether or not the good outweighs the bad. Abusive parents doing things like ruining opportunities their kid worked really hard for is horrible, but ultimately, it can help the child come to terms with the fact that they're indeed being abused. Living with the abuse is horrible, but things like this have a silver lining in that they open the child's eyes to what's going on. It's good that she's in a safe place for now. Getting Better replies, What's funny is that in my case, I was in that situation, and I could recognize when other people were too. You were just totally blind to your own situation though. Our family is different, but just a little quirky, you know? We just have a weird family dynamic is all. And then you realize you hate calling your parents, you hate visiting them. Hard to know why, impossible to articulate, but it's just how it is. But that situation over there is beyond effed up. I'm glad that I grew up in a normal family. It takes time to be able to honestly assess where you're at. I feel like that's a good last comment to end this story on. As someone who didn't grow up in an environment like that, I can't relate personally, but for those who have, I'm deeply sorry, and I do hope that you've escaped the fog. This is one of those topics that I kind of want to signal boost and put out there more because if there are people listening to this that are in situations like that, it's good to point out the obvious and not so obvious signs to help others that are struggling escape said fog. Anyway guys, what did you think of this one? I'd love to know your opinions down below. Our next post is titled, Am I the asshole for ending an almost 30-year friendship? My BFF and I, 43 and 42 male, have been like brothers since the 8th grade. I've been there for pretty much every milestone in he and his family's life. No matter what, he was my brother from another mother, and we behaved as such. Over the last 10 years or so, we didn't hang as much, as both have demanding careers. So anytime we got to hang was very much cherished. The last 5 or 6 times that we were supposed to hang, he straight up ghosted me. No call, no text, just plain not showing up. I would often hear from him the day after with an apology and usually blaming his girlfriend for not being able to get out of the house. And as always, I told him that I understood, maybe we'll catch up next time. So my birthday came up and he offered to go to treat me to wings and beer at the sports bar while watching the NCAA tourney. I took him up on it, as it's been almost a year since we've seen each other, even though we live in the same city. So we made plans to meet up at 5 p.m. 5:30, no show. 6 p.m, no show. I bet you guys can see where this is going. So I stayed and enjoyed my wings until the game was done, and I went home. I told my wife what happened, and I told her that I'm over the friendship. She said that we are too close for me to just throw our brotherhood away, but I told her that I'm only matching his energy. If our brotherhood doesn't merit a courtesy call or a text to inform me that you can't make it, especially being the one to invite me out, then that's no brotherhood that I want to be a part of. Am I the asshole for this? No, not at all. I support this. If you're going to be ghosted continuously by someone that's been there for you and is no longer there for you, they deserve it. They deserve to be ghosted. Screw him. What is he bringing to the table besides disappointment and sadness? Honestly, this guy sucks. Cut him off. Who cares? Certainly not him. Not the asshole. In the comments, just another saddie says, not the asshole. Keep matching his energy. Exactly. Sometimes friendships run their course, and this one has. I have a feeling the friend will try and reconcile at some point, but it will be too late. Not the asshole. Rabbits012 says, it's sad really. The fact it's him seeming to make arrangements to me seems that he does want to see you, but it's not good to keep doing this either. Maybe messaging him and asking what's seriously going on and that you're on the verge of giving up with him and see what he says. OP replies, I honestly believe that it's his girlfriend. She's a lot younger than us and she always seems uncomfortable around us. My wife has tried several times to get her to join her for a girls' night out, but she always declines. It's an open door policy for them at our home, so I really don't know what this all is. He allows his girlfriend power. Still his choice, don't make excuses for him. Except you are no longer his priority. I don't get what the girlfriend's concern is though. She's apparently younger than OP's age group, but she's also consciously dating someone in his 40s. There is no logic there. She dislikes her boyfriend's friends? Well, that's no good either, because a girlfriend or boyfriend is meant to be an addition to someone's life, not a replacement. If this friend allows a new girlfriend to dictate when he can or cannot meet his best friend, that's still him making the choice, not the asshole. French Bread 2023 asks, Info. Have you told him how you're honestly feeling? Say something like, I feel hurt, or whatever feeling word you'd use when you make plans and don't show up. I'm beginning to question if you even value our friendship anymore. And OP replies, I have. It's mainly his girlfriend. He blames her for not coming out, says she doesn't have any friends, and if he left to come out with me, she'll be alone. My wife has tried to invite her out when we do decide to hang out so she wouldn't be in the house, but she always declines. French Bread replies, "What does she do when he's at work?" My goodness, it sounds like she has a very unhealthy dependence on him. Since you've asked him, it may be fair to give him an ultimatum of sorts. Well, if you value our relationship, then please put effort into it. Otherwise, I will walk away because I'm feeling hurt. 50 Not Dead says, "This sounds like coercive control, and I'm wondering if your friend is really okay. Check out that he is, and assuming he is, then drop him." And OP replies, "I know he goes to work every day, but that's about it. I think he's insecure about their relationship because he's 42 and she's 25. It's like he feels she's the best he could do, and if he doesn't do as she says, he'll lose her. I don't know what they do behind closed doors, but it does sometimes feel like she's emotionally blackmailing him." Riverrat627 replies, "Then things will never change for him as she has all the power in the relationship. If he is so worried a single night out with an old friend will damage his relationship, there is nothing that you will be able to do." And OP replies, "I've pretty much given up, but my wife thinks I'd be the asshole if I gave up on our friendship." Riverrat replies, "You don't need to give up, just don't need to put any effort in. Don't call him. Let him reach out, and if he asks about getting together, be honest and call him out about making plans and not showing up. You don't need to dump him, just know the extent of the relationship, and it may just be the kind that's a phone relationship with a check-in every few months." And now, on to the update. First of all, let me thank everyone for the advice and judgment. So yesterday, I went to my BFF's office and waited until he left for lunch. He was surprised to see me, and we headed to DD for coffee and to talk. So I put it out there that I'm contemplating being done with our friendship due entirely to him ghosting me and not reaching out. He proceeded to show me his phone log and text messages. His girlfriend consistently calls him and texts him all day when he's working. She tracks his whereabouts through his iCloud. He found an AirTag in his spare tire well. He says that she's neurotic about him and everything that he does. If he tries to leave the house for anything, he has to take her along, or she'll throw a fit, hide his wallet, phone, keys, etc. I asked him flat out why he's still with her. He tells me she has no family this side of the country. She's from Arizona, and he can't kick her out. He said he reached out to her brother to help her get back home, but he doesn't take him seriously. I told him to change his iCloud password, go home before she gets off, pack a bag, and to come stay with me. I feel like this woman is something out of a killer movie, and she may hurt him or herself. It's not healthy and a highly dangerous situation to be in. So for now, he's staying with us while trying to find a way to get her out of his life. In the comments, JJOKOK says, "We need one more update minimum to cover the oncoming meltdown." Finally, after all those wholesome and uplifting posts, we get insanity with some real meat on the bones. Pirate Queen of DC says, "Thank goodness he listened to his wife and reached out. The girlfriend sounds potentially dangerous." Edit, to clarify, I meant physically dangerous. She was definitely controlling and emotionally abusive, but my concern was that it would escalate to physical violence if it hadn't already. I feel like the line for potentially dangerous has already been long crossed. Glad his friend was able to take charge and give him a place to stay. AirTag hidden in the car? Taking keys, wallet, and phone? Yeah, that line is dusty memory. Bunny Boiler. That's what I was thinking. Oh man, this chick is gonna go full Fatal Attraction on him. I mean, she's not the side chick like in the movie, but I feel the level of crazy matches up quite well. It's kinda weird that the younger one in the relationship is the abusive one. Most times, with an age gap like that, it's the older dude trying to isolate the younger woman. This girl flipped the script around on its head. It's a blessing to have a partner that can pull the brakes for you when necessary. OP was rightfully pissed, but his wife could tell that something was up. I might be biased, but from what I've seen, women tend to be able to pick up on these weird controlling behavior signs in others better than men do. I suspect the OP's wife probably thought something was going on, and that's why she encouraged him not to give up. Abuse towards men is a real thing. Other men learning the warning signs and such would be a good thing. Isolating someone from their friends and family is a big one, and it's usually more than just someone saying, "You can't go out." Usually it's going to be asshole behaviors every time you go out, an emergency call requiring you to come home, an accident, usually resulting in something you liked getting destroyed that's happened because you weren't home, or just treating you like shit for the next few days. They condition you to the point that you don't want to go out anymore and make it your decision. OP's friend is very much in danger. How severe of danger won't be known until and unless he breaks it off. Poor man. It's terrifying to be with someone like that. It changes the way that you behave and think in every regard. My guess is when his friend contacted his girlfriend's brother, it isn't so much that he didn't take his concerns seriously, but that the brother doesn't want to deal with her unhinged ass either. Huge emotional bonus points for those who don't make this a gendered issue. Abuse is abuse is abuse. Nuances change according to the sex, gender identities, and dynamics. No shit. No need for everyone to blather on about the obvious. Well, damn, I kind of went off the deep end with my opinion on this situation. New advice, OP. Don't cut your friend off. Thank you for helping your friend. Very good idea. Get him as far away from this woman as possible. She is danger on the horizon. What do you guys think of this one? I'd love to know down in the comments below. Anyway, that's where I'm going to finish today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know what you thought of it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.